So hello everyone, this is your Krishna from womentoday YouTube channel. So in this channel, we have been interviewing many women entrepreneurs and working women across different cities in India. We have been traveling to different cities in India and we are doing offline interviews and we are also doing online interviews, interviewing many women entrepreneurs across different countries in the world and different cities in India. So today's our guest is from Delhi and her name is Megha Kapoor. I welcome you, Megha Kapoor, ma'am, to this Women Today YouTube channel. So,
Thank you so much.
yeah, introducing about yourself. You have a list of accomplishments from your side because you're an entrepreneur for Slain since 1984 and Anitools, the School of Art, and you're the vice president of IWS India. I suppose that is Indian Watercolor Society. So that's the abbreviation of IWS. So that's the thing about
That's International Watercolor Society.
yeah, International Watercolor Society. Oh, great. So
Yeah.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Apologies from my side. Megha Kapoor, ma'am, is the vice president of International Watercolor Society. That's a great thing, ma'am. So that's the thing. What I know about you. So please kindly introduce about yourself to the audience who are watching this interview right now, ma'am.
Hello, everyone. So I am Megha Kapoor and I am a watercolor artist. And we are running our own fine arts college in New Delhi. It is Anytoons, the School of Art and Animation. Also, I am renowned as a watercolor painter around the world. And I'm associated with International Watercolor Society, India. And I'm the vice president of IWS India. IWS is basically a society which is in 150 countries. It's the world's biggest society. So yeah, it's really a great achievement that we are doing festivals and we are doing a lot of watercolor workshops, watercolor festivals all around the world. And it's a huge organization. You can read about it on Google. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great thing which I can hear about you, ma'am. Because watercolor is something like mostly related to the talents which comes from the heart. So whatever your heart thinks, your hand paints it. So I think, and I mean, I do understand it, ma'am. So at what age in your life and what instant in your life inspired you to become a great artist? So is there any kind of person coming to you and telling that okay, you have a great talent in watercolors or something about an artist and you can just pursue this professional career, or is it like okay, I'm very well good at it, so why go follow some kind of technical skills when I do have some kind of inbuilt skills with me? So tell us about the spark which landed you in this kind of journey, man.
So basically, I started like I was doing art from the very early childhood, but I never knew that we can do bachelors and masters in arts or something like that. I was very good in studies, so like any other good student, I studied very well. I choose non-medical as a subject, and even I started chemistry honors at one point of a time in my life. But then somebody, like one of my relative, she had an idea about this bachelor's degree in fine arts. So she told me that you can do bachelor's in fine arts instead of working on chemistry or something like that. I had my paintings all around my house, so she just told me that why are you not doing BFA? So then I studied bachelor's in fine arts, and I did mostly in commercial art. When I was in college, I actually studied commercial art. But later I discovered watercolor paintings. Later I discovered painting basically. And after my son was born, I was more inclined towards painting every day, and that's how the journey started more towards painting. And when I got associated with International Watercolor Society, like my husband, he's taking care of the society in India, the president of IWS India. So we were traveling around the world, and for art only. So when we discovered this IWS, then we started painting. Like for me, it was like a game changer. I was painting in all mediums, but then because of the competitions which were happening every day, and then I started painting more in watercolors. And also, because it's a very transparent medium. It's something. It's a medium which captures the moment. So when my son was young, like when my son was small, at that time I was not able to do more of oils and more of pastels. So inclination towards towards watercolor was because of the fact that you can instantly make a painting in just few hours. You can complete the painting and you can see your output, which is like the most amazing thing. Also, when you are traveling around the world, you are like where at whatever place you are, you can just capture that moment very suddenly, like very frequently in watercolors, because in watercolor wherever you are, you are just doing a plein air, quickly sketching and painting, and then moving for the another destination. So this was like the journey, and this was something which fascinated me more towards watercolors.
Yeah, I do understand, ma'am, because whenever you're planning to go for a new country, and at that point of time, the watercolors are the simple ingredients which we can get for paintings, and I do accept it. And I have also seen some of the posts in Instagram that you travel to Shanghai in China and you travel to Italy. So tell us about that kind of experiences. So you have organized even sessions in Dubai. So tell us about it, ma'am. So tell us about all these kind of experiences in Shanghai in China, in Dubai in UAE, and Italy. That's in Europe. So tell us all these kind of
Yes.
beautiful things, ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically I was invited for a workshop in Dubai. And so we are taking watercolor workshops all around the world and traveling for teaching students. Sometimes it's like some kind of a college or university is inviting me. Sometimes it's like, there's a private workshop. People have their own students and academies are inviting us. So it was something like that in Dubai, that one of our friend, she's a good artist herself also. Rinmay, she invited us, and it was a wonderful experience because Dubai is a beautiful place. And it is very nice when you are traveling around the world and you are doing something which you love so much, and you are teaching that and you are earning because of that also. So that's really beautiful. About my Italy experience, it was a wonderful festival, Fabriano in Equerele. So I was invited there to take a demonstration in flowers, as it's my forte. And Anna Masinisa, she's the organizer of the event, and she invited both of us. And it was a wonderful experience. The people are so loving. Everybody was, it was a very well organized show. So it's really wonderful when you are painting around the world. You are painting different subjects, because the kind of flowers I get to see in Delhi, the flowers in Italy, the flowers in Dubai, everywhere it's different. So sometimes we are painting plein air and the garden or wherever we are going. So the things keep changing. So it's a challenge also. And in watercolor, when the atmosphere changes, the temperature changes, you have to change the technique also sometimes. So it's a challenge that you are adapting different atmosphere, you are working according to that place, and you're enjoying it. So it was wonderful.
So you are talking about that you drew different kind of flowers in watercolor. So tell us, which flower do you like the most in just drawing? Like which flower inspired you, like in India and Europe and UAE, something like that? Tell us any kind of your
So I
favorite.
generally, yeah. So I generally paint roses. When I'm in India, because they're very easy. Roses, chrysanthemums are also one of my favorites. Sunflowers, when sunflowers are coming in summers. But in Europe, you get to see a lot of beautiful peonies. So they have beautiful peonies. Like I had a workshop in Slovakia, and they bought me some different flowers from their garden, like iris, like peonies. So you get to see different flowers which you haven't seen, and it's an amazing experience to paint them. So it's wonderful. Yeah.
So I would like you to visit Amsterdam. So there's a great farm over there with different colors of flowers over there. So you should visit there once in a lifetime, and I wish you to draw a lot of things over there. So I mean, I do. What to say? Have you heard about this kind of things in Amsterdam, ma'am? That there is a
Yes, yes, yes. I have been to Amsterdam. I was being
great.
invited by one of our friend, Meeta Dani. She had a studio, and she invited me for a workshop in her studio. And it was a wonderful experience. Yes, Amsterdam has a lot of bicycles and a lot of flowers,
Of course, Amsterdam
which
is very
is
famous for bicycles.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And yes, Dutch people, the flower arrangements are very beautiful. So if you just you just go there and you visit a bouquet shop, or you will see the kind of flower arrangements they do. It's very beautiful.
So, okay, ma'am. So, other than that, if any country that you always aspire to travel and you want to make live portraits over there, so which country will be your favorite and which country you think that it will be always in your bucket list till the end of your life, ma'am?
Oh my God, it's really a very difficult question. Uh, I think I really like Italy. I have been to Florence. I love Florence, and I've never been to France. So I'm looking forward to although I was invited for a wonderful festival in France, but that time COVID hit, so I couldn't make it to that festival. But yes, I would love to visit Paris, and I would love to visit France.
Yeah, that's European countries. So, why not Western countries? So, do you also want to look for other Asian countries? So, tell us about it, ma'am.
Yes, I've been to Thailand. I love Thailand. I love Vietnam. Even I love the Asian countries. They have a wonderful vibe. Of course, I love India. Uh, India is the best. But yes, when it's about traveling, I wanted to visit Indonesia also. Bali is one destination where I haven't been, and I would love to visit Bali one day.
Okay, great, ma'am. So speaking about watercolors, so you are also training a lot of students over there. So tell us, ma'am, what are the common mistakes that you find in your students they make in watercolor paintings? Because as a trainer, you can find many kind of inbuilt talents which is great in the students because of the kind of passion skills which they have in their childhood, which is inbuilt in them. So it makes everyone a kind of flawless kind of water painting artist. But the thing is that each and every person much even if they have any kind of tremendous kind of skills in them, they'll be having some kind of common mistakes which one should avoid in water painting. So what kind of mistakes do you find in the students and how do you actually make them to avoid this kind of complete elimination of this kind of small mistakes in the artworks, ma'am?
I think if you practice, I think practice is one thing in watercolors, because timing is the most important thing in watercolor. And wherever you are going, it's very important that before even giving a demonstration, we also check the temperature of that place. So if I suppose I landed any country, and next day I have a demonstration, I will before the demonstration I will always check the paper, the humidity, because in watercolors timing matters a lot, and the kind of sheet you are working on. So I will always tell my students that always keep similar kind of, like, you should have your tested pigments, you should have your tested watercolor paper. Okay, don't just try on you must try on different kinds of papers, must try different kinds of pigments, must try different kinds of brushes, but you should have a set of your own brushes, your own pigments, which make it easier for you to paint. So always test first, and then go for the final output. Also, there are few common mistakes, like, nowadays they companies are making thousands of pigments, and everybody is, like, accumulating a lot of pigments in their watercolor palette. I will suggest always, to have a harmony in a painting. So for one painting you must always choose your colors beforehand, that these five colors, or these six colors, and the mixtures of these colors I'm going to use in the painting, so that the painting remains harmonized.
Yeah, great.
And
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
in the beginning of the conversation, you told us about mainly spoke about the temperature, about the kind of city which
Yes.
where you're going to paint. So yeah, that's obviously is again coming in the answer. So you told that wherever city you're just going to make your watercolor paintings, make sure you have a right paper with you. You get it tested before you do any kind of exhibitions over there, and mainly you do test the temperature of the city which you are in.
Yes.
Even though it's a kind of
Yes.
sunny day over there, please check, maybe the weather conditions can change even after 3 to 4 hours. So I do understand, ma'am. So also, other than these kind of things, what are the other essential techniques which will make one to be a successful watercolor painter, I mean artist, ma'am? So tell us any kind of tips that even any kind of a person who are passionate towards watercolor, they should follow these kind of tips so that they can have a very successful painting in their life, ma'am.
Okay, so I think you must practice. There are just four basic techniques, which is like wet on wet, wet on dry, dry on dry, dry on wet. So you must, go through these techniques. Like when the paper is wet, the brush and the pigment you are using is also wet. So it generally mixes very well. Okay, but if the paper is wet and the brush is dry, or the color or the pigment is dry, when you apply that, so you must practice all these techniques. Also, you must keep experimenting in watercolors, like when you use wax. Okay, suppose, so if you don't want to use, you don't want to, like, you don't have the money to use all those, what do you say, you don't want to preserve whites by using the pigment fluids, or things like that. You can use wax for that. You can try and use salt with your watercolor pigments. It gives a very good granulations. So I think experimentation is the most important thing with watercolor. If you use different techniques, you keep on playing with your pigments. That is the most important thing. And when you practice, then only you get that kind of a command. And once you achieve that command, then anything is possible. It becomes like any other medium. But you need to practice beforehand. Like if you want to start with your watercolor journey, I will suggest that just start with a sketchbook where you are just painting clouds. So just, like spread water and just throw the pigment and just experiment with the clouds. Use tissue papers, remove the water sometimes. So it's like when you sometimes application you are doing, sometimes you are taking away the pigment. So these kinds of things you need to experiment. Spray bottle, like, a simple spray bottle creates a lot of variety in your painting. Just by spraying somewhere, you can wet the paper again. So different kind of techniques. When you just paint in watercolor, you will, you'll be able to experiment with all these, and you will find your own way, that this is the kind of way I'm more comfortable with, and I want to go this way.
So also I wanted to ask some questions regarding what a layman, what a man or a woman who is just walking in the streets, and if they come to know about these kind of paintings, they will be having a lot of questions in their mind. Okay, so I am seeing two kind of paintings. So one is drawn by a person who is not very well used to kind of watercolor artist kind of things, and they are just a normal person painting, as you told now, as a beginner. So and the other is a pro, so they're very well talented, they're having experience, they're having their master skills over many period of years. So you have these two paintings in front of me. So as a layman, I'm just seeing these kind of two kind of paintings, and how would I able to distinguish so which is the best and which is the beginner? Because to me, I can just see a painting. So what are the things that I should see, and how can I judge that, okay, truly that one of these kind of paintings is the best? So tell us any kind of tips, because whenever I visit an art exhibition, people, I used to see a lot of paintings. So people will be like sitting like that. Oh, whoa, what a great art it is. But the thing is that we'll not be able to know what they have actually drawn in it. So tell us what kind of things should we just look at it, and how can we judge, okay, that's really a good painting? So tell us these kind of things. What kind of things that you wanted to tell to a normal person in the society, ma'am?
See, painting is a subjective thing. Okay, so some people like more classical, more, realistic kind of works. Okay, some like more impressionistic works. some want to go totally for the abstract. Basically, these are the stages of a life of a painter, you know. So when you are in the beginning, when you are studying a subject, okay, when you are studying a subject, yes, of course, when you are painting a realistic painting, one most important thing is that your drawing should be very, very good. Okay, so drawing is one skill which comes, like painting comes after drawing. So when you begin with the subject, you first learn to draw the subject very well. If the subject is not proportionate, if there's an imbalance in the figures, if but that I am talking about a realistic painting. So when you go and see and look at the artworks in the society, you may come across different kinds of work. Okay, some may be more impressionistic styles. Okay, where you are just giving an impression that there's a flower. Okay, you just look at the impression, and so art is a very subjective thing. You leave it to the audience that whether they like more abstract. Some people like more abstract, just flowing pigment on the water, on the paper. Okay, so they are making more of abstract shapes. They are playing more with the abstracts. But I would say that if you are a skilled person, like if you are a master, you know that that any painting, any abstract painting is not a good painting. Okay, so you know about the harmony of the colors, right? So if you are like a skilled person, you automatically know what is the color balance. Okay, you know that the drawing is very, very good. Okay, when we talk about watercolor, transparency is very important. For example, okay, so if the painting has a lot of hard layers on it, like one over the other, then I personally will not consider it as a wonderful watercolor painting. Then that person should opt for oil or gouache or any other medium. If it's watercolor, it has to be more transparent. It has to be more wet on wet. I love wet on wet, playing more with the transparency. And even if it's not, if even if it's in layers, like if the artist has painted in layers, the transparency of the painting should remain. Okay, there should be a very good color harmony, means the repetition of the same colors. It should not be, like thousands of colors in one single painting. No, it should have values. Okay, some colors should be light, some should be middle tone, some should be dark. Okay, so it creates a depth in your painting. Like the backgrounds are usually far away at a distance. Okay, so they are more towards grays. Then every good painting has 60% of grays, color grays, and some accent colors. Okay, so it should not be very, very bright. Okay, even though I am painting flower paintings, but we like to experiment with the grays. So color grays with a little bit of beautiful bright accent. So if you look at the nature, for example, even the red rose has a little grayish green leaf. If the rose is as bright as the leaf, it will look artificial. So even the nature always balances. Okay, your blue sky has a warm sun. So cool colors with the balance of warm color. Okay, so the nature itself is always balancing. So cool colors with warm colors, values of all tones, like light value, middle tone value, dark value. Okay, and the drawing is very, very good. So these are all aspects. When we look at a painting, we think that okay, this person has created a focal point in a painting. Okay, so wherever there will be a focal point, the edges will be sharp. So these are the kind of things you actually see, and you actually look in a painting, and you say, okay, that's a wonderful piece. Yeah.
I do understand, ma'am. At the end of the day, you said in the beginning of the answer that everything changes according to the perspective, and we should leave it to the audience who are watching it. I do understand them. And the next question is, ma'am, you are just running a fine art school, and you are just having a lot of courses conducted by you. So tell us, ma'am, what are the courses are offered in the fine arts program, and what are their durations like? Is it for 6 months or is it for 2 years? So tell about the kind of studies that you offer in these kind of courses, and how long is the duration of these kind of courses, ma'am?
So we are basically running bachelor's and master's degree program, and bachelor like BFA, which you all say. It's a 4 years degree program. It's a professional degree, just like you do engineering and medical courses. So it's just like that. It's a professional degree, and it's a very uniquely designed course in our at our place, because usually BFA segregates design, sculpture, painting into different categories. But what we have done, because I was myself passed out from Jamia University, and I did my BFA and commercial art as a commercial artist. And what I discovered, that I ended up turning being a painter. And this is what happens with a lot of people, that they're doing from painting stream, and then they end up becoming an illustrator or something like that. So what we thought, that we must design a course where a student is able to do painting, sculpture, and applied art. Basically, that person is able to apply the art in the same field. Okay, so we have not segregated the course. It's one course where the child is becoming suitable, and he can, in the future, he can become an illustrator, he can become a painter if he wants. He can go into advertising agencies. So he's learning designing also, like how to design a logo, how to design a magazine ad, a newspaper ad. So he can go into publication houses, he can design books, he can illustrate books. So it's a very uniquely kind of a design program where we are teaching painting and applied art at the same time.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. So painting, sculpture, print making. So what is the exact meaning of these kind of things? Like painting is like you're going to paint a live person, or is there any kind of things you're going to draw, or is it like something which appears in your mind is something like totally out of the world, something like that? And sculpture, does it related to carving, like carving in stones, marbles, rocks, something like that, and printmaking? So, as a layman, we don't know much about these kind of subjects, because we are just used to medicine, engineering, and all those kind of stuff. So, tell us what can we expect when we are learning painting, printmaking, and sculpture, ma'am?
So you missed the fourth one, which is the applied art or the commercial art. So I will tell you all the four categories. So see, painting is something when we are doing something for ourselves. Like painting is, if I am painting for myself, like I'm whether it's a portrait or a flower or a landscape or anything. When I am painting just for myself, that we called a painting. If a painter also paints for somebody else, then it becomes a commercial art. Okay, so if I am painting just for myself, like I have a studio, I am sketching, I'm drawing, and then I am exhibiting my paintings, and if somebody likes it or somebody gets associated with it, that person may buy it or may not buy it. Okay, so that's what we do in painting stream. In print, what happens? Print is basically, you must have seen where we are carving on a lino sheet or on a wood, or different mediums of print, and then we are taking the impression on a paper. Okay, so we are putting ink on it and we are taking impression. So it can be like, you can use a lino sheet for it, you can use, so there's wood cut, okay, there's litho. So there are many techniques in printmaking also, but that is also something which can be done both ways. You can do it for commercial purpose also, you can do it for yourself also. Applied art or commercial art is, when we are doing something for the other person. Like you study books, and in each books you see a lot of beautiful illustrations. So we are learning illustrations during the applied art. So when we are doing application of art, that is called applied art. But I discovered this thing, that when you are just, I mean, painting has no job. Okay, or printmaking has no job until it is linked with a commercial purpose. Okay, so if a student is learning commercial art and painting at the same time, then that person can pursue a job in one of those streams and can paint simultaneously. So that then he doesn't have to leave painting also, and then he will not be suffering because of some financial problems also, because every painter will not, every student who's passing from the painting stream is not going to become one of the greatest painters of all times. So or Hussein. Okay, so if because when a student passes out, then you need to exhibit, you need to go to different places to exhibit, and for exhibitions also you need to pay for the gallery. So you need some kind of a job, side by side. So if you are doing application of art or applied art, you are studying applied art, then you can maybe get a job in some designing firm. You may get a job at some advertising agency or some book publication or something like that, and then simultaneously you can paint, or you may get a job becoming an art teacher. That's also one thing. But then you need to be very very good in your skills, then only you should teach, you must teach. Sculpture also, what you mentioned is, yes, it's like when you are sculpting in clay, in marble, in bronze, and then so that's another medium. Yeah.
Okay. Also tell me, ma'am, so different kind of alumni who have passed out from college. So do they again visit the college and they just come and speak with the kind of junior students and they just guide them accordingly so that they can have a better future? Or is it like some the alumni just meet the kind of faculty members and they just go out of the college or something like that? Please explain the kind of process which the juniors can get from the seniors, that is from the alumni. So explain these kind of stuffs, ma'am.
Yes, we have. So I have basically, what I have done is I have alumni group. I have made an alumni group of our college, and we are in contact with all our alumni. And yes, some of them keep visiting the college, meeting the students, telling them the stories of their times, and and every year when the annual exhibition is happening or some kind of a art event, like we are doing Olympiad, which is the world's biggest art festival, and it's mostly a watercolor festival, but because of the International Watercolor Society. But many of the students are visiting during the Olympiad time and during the Artifest time in the college, and they are guiding all the youngsters that what are the career opportunities, and many of them, when they are in their third year or fourth year, sometimes they are also coming up and picking some of their juniors directly from us, and taking them to their companies.
Great, that's a great thing because seniors
Yeah,
guiding the
yeah.
juniors and taking them right after they finish the studies to the kind of company that they are already recruited in is something great, ma'am. So also at the same
Yeah.
time there will be also a few students right after the college they will be struggling to get some kind of job. So at that point of time, how do you actually stay connected with the kind of students that they're struggling to get the jobs, and how do you actually motivate them in order to get a proper job? So tell us that kind of experiences, ma'am.
Yeah, that's what I told you, that when our first batch was being passed out, then because I had few of the links in the art world, and my teachers had few of the links in the art world. So just for the first and the second batch, we had some kind of a problem. But then after, later on, because we made this alumni group, so we just made a whole group, and all the students are there. So whenever there is a kind of a vacancy in one of the companies, they are letting us know that, ma'am, please send an intern, or please send somebody who has just 1 year of experience, because our company is looking for somebody like this. So they keep sharing it in the alumni group, and I am if anybody is calling me for that kind of, I am assisting the students, I am assisting, and any one of our old student, if that person has like no job, or is looking for a job and is calling to us, to college, that I'm looking for a job, I just make that person connected to the alumni group, and then they take care of it.
So I think we have just discussed the vital part of the interview, because speaking about an art school where most of the people will be thinking like, okay, it's kind of studies which is not having any kind of secure thing about the job. So right now we have just discussed the topics where after the students getting enrolled themselves in a college like fine arts college, and after getting their degree, and after passing out of the college, so these are the methods that they can connect with the kind of alumni who have a proper job, and also being having a courses conducted by you. You also uh, come and personally connect with the kind of students who are struggling to get the job. So that's a great thing from you, ma'am. So also on the other side, so tell us about your kind of future ventures, the kind of future works that you're planning to do in your stream, in your kind of fine arts. Do you have any kind of travel plans to travel across the world and have any kind of art exhibitions? Do you have any kind of plans that you wanted to extend your kind of artworks, that you wanted to travel to different cities and exhibit it, your kind of showcases? Do you also plan to open a separate academy, a second academy? And tell us all these kind of steps, ma'am.
So right now I have launched this venture, Slaying since 1984, and it started with like one of my student. He's designing. He's taking my artworks and he's designing them into beautiful scarves. So it's that kind of a venture we are, and we are thinking to expand this venture into where it's like a clothing brand right now we have launched, and we are thinking to expand it. And maybe, I don't know, in future maybe we could help other people under this brand. But right now I've just started it with a few of my artworks, and we have just produced some scarves under it, and we are thinking of producing more clothing things under the brand. Also, next year, February or January, we are planning the third Olympics, the third Olympiad 2026, and it will be a huge festival, which will give opportunities to a lot of people. There will be art competitions, there will be free demonstrations for all the artists, and we'll be inviting a lot of foreign masters, international masters from all around the world, who will be teaching them, and they will have paid workshops as well as a lot of free demonstrations, and they can join the art trip if they want to go and paint with the masters. So these are these are few of the plans which are in the process right now. And yes, we will be traveling, like maybe probably in September I may go to US. So things are lined up, which I'm not sure, but yes, things are going on, and a lot to be seen in future. Yeah.
Yeah, once again from my side, wishing you all the best for your future ventures that you're planning to do in the future regarding your works, and you wanted to travel to different countries, exhibit the kind of works, the professional works you do regarding this kind of fine arts. So that's a great thing, ma'am. So one last question in this interview. So if there is any kind of message, if you would like to tell to the people who are watching this interview, it's not dedicated to only the students related to art profession. It's like any message that you wanted to pass to the people of any age category, even for kids, even for teenage persons, like middle-aged persons or kind of old people. What kind of message would you like to tell to the audience who are watching this interview in Women Today YouTube channel, ma'am?
I will say that, just trust God, and God has beautiful plans for you. And whatever I think when the things you love, when they become your career, then you have you have 100% chances to become successful in your career. So you must do something what you love, and when you love something, and that's not just a job for you, that's not just hassle for you, you just love doing your work, you just love coming to your place, and love doing your work, love helping people who are associated with your work, then definitely you are going to achieve sky. That's what I have seen, that I really thank God that I didn't end up doing chemistry, and I finally pursued art, because now when at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m., if somebody is calling me or telling me to working on any kind of a project, I am very excited, and whether we are traveling for our things, or whatever we are doing, we are planning events for art. We are so excited, and that's why we are able to do a lot of things at the same time. So if you love your work, then only you have the chances to, so I don't think so there's any age. Okay, you can, whether you are 30, 40, 50, whatever time you think that, now I should start, doing, you can start a travel blog, you can start a food blog, you can start a art blog, you can start anything. Whatever time you feel is the best time for you, just start up. And if you really love what you are doing, then definitely you'll succeed.
Yeah, that's a great message, ma'am. That's a great message, which I remember not only from you, but before 15 years, there is a movie called Three Idiots. The famous actor Amir Khan used to tell the same dialogue. So follow your passion, follow
Yes.
what your heart tells. So
True.
yeah, that's great. That's
Yes.
the same words which is told by you, Megha Kapoor, ma'am. That's a great thing, ma'am. Because he used to tell the same dialogue which is told by you. Like, you follow the passion, do what you like. Only when you do what you like, only when you do the kind of passion that you would like to make it
Very true.
professional work. So it will the same example which you told, like if somebody calls you in the middle of the night, like around 2 a.m. or 3 a.m., and they want you to do a job related to artwork, since you like the job that you are doing right now, you will put your full potential into it and you will make it as a
Yes.
wholehearted thing. Only when a work is done wholeheartedly, then we can just go through our full potential and make it a tremendous success. So that's the same message told by the famous actor Amir Khan ji, and also by Megha Kapoor ji over here in Women Today. So that's a great thing, ma'am. So thank you once again for coming and accepting me to host this interview in this Women Today YouTube channel. You are a great legend, and since you are a great legend in this kind of department, so people via watching this interview, they had a lot of knowledge gained by you by just having these kind of questions and answer sessions with you. So people who are watching this interview right now, please do subscribe. Please do click on the bell icon so that you can receive notifications whenever I do post new videos regarding new women entrepreneurs and working women across different cities in India and also across the world. So if you have any kind of doubts, please do comment in the comment section. I will just reply to you. And if you want to have any kind of discussions with arts, with Fine Arts College, Megha Kapoor ma'am is here to help you out. I just mentioned her Instagram link over here so that you can directly message her. And you can also, if you have any kind of passion towards fine arts, then after, if you are a school student, if you're watching this, you can just contact her and have a discussion with her so that you'll be having a knowledge about the fine arts. So over here, so thank you once again, Megha Kapoor ma'am, so for coming and joining this YouTube channel. So this is your Krishna signing off, and today's our guest is from New Delhi, Megha Kapoor ma'am. So
Thank you, Krishna. Thank you.
she's a great entrepreneur. So thank you once again, ma'am. Have a good day.
Thank you. Thank you.